Hello, hello, hello. We are on to session 3 of our Ruby parent training. And I hope that you have listened to the other two sessions, but if you have not, I have a podcast that will catch you up on those sessions. So never fear. Today, we're going to just hop right into session 3, which is all about daily schedules. And these are absolute magic when it comes to dealing with problem behavior with your children. If you do not have a daily schedule that is visual, that is tangible, and located in a central location, then this is definitely something you want to listen to and incorporate into your daily routines. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen right now. So we're gonna go over here to our slide deck. Okay, so we're starting out with lesson 3. This is part of a 12-part series that is all about dealing with problem behaviors at home with your child. Okay, so you're the one who hopefully spends the most time with your child, and that's why it's very important that you are equipped with tools and techniques to relate to your child, to help them succeed, and to manage problem behaviors at home. So I'm Violala Gregory. If you don't know me, I'm a BCBA and I'm a special education teacher. Our objective today is to focus on creating that perfect daily schedule for your child and helping you to adapt the schedule you already have, if you have one, or create one, to prevent behavior problems in the future. And this includes the visual schedule. We have 5 goals. One is to review our homework from our previous session, which we won't spend too much time on today because this is a recording. Create a typical daily schedule is number 2. And that's just when we will just reflect on our schedule that we're doing. Review prevention strategies for addressing problems with the child's routine. Watch a video vignette and provide advice for how to prevent behavior in the future. And then lastly, we are going to work on your child's schedule. Now, if you can email me, I will provide you with all of the docs that we're going to use here that are Google Docs that you can edit yourself. My name is my email, violala@gmail.com, VAILALA Gregory@gmail.com. So I hope you email me because I have lots of things I want to share. Materials you will need for this session is the homework from the last session. If you did it, hopefully you did, and that was to choose a prevention strategy that you were going to implement and track throughout the week. And if you did not do it, I would like to talk to you about that. But anyway, have a pencil and paper at the least for you to work on. Okay, review homework. So your homework was to choose a prevention strategy. Now, how did that go? You were choosing a antecedent strategy to prevent problem behavior. Those are always our go-tos. Which strategy did you use? Did you start using a timer to time out activities that were hard to transition from? What did you do? And if you didn't do anything, I would like you to go back and review session 2 and think about how could you implement one of those strategies. Okay, so we're on to goal number 2 out of 5. We're moving right along here, and we're going to create a typical daily schedule for your child, and I have a doc to go with that. So we're going to do this activity together. I really hope that you have a pen and paper, and I just have a little example to kind of share with you right now, but it's a pen and paper activity. So let me explain it first, and then I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes so that you can do it by yourself. Okay, you're going to think about a typical day for your child. How does that look? Not what you would wish they would do, but what do they actually do throughout the day? And it sounds very simple and easy, but it's often something that you actually have to sit there and take notes on for you to decompose what they do during the day. So, like say they wake up at 6:30. What are the problem areas? Morning routine. They need to be told step by step what to do. Wake up, wake up, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, brush your teeth. Whatever it is that is the problem, you'll put that in the next column. Now we're going to look at a possible prevention strategy right there in the column to the far right. Praise independence and possibly give it tangible. So we're going to talk a lot about routines and how those things can be prevention strategies for example, that needing a lot of prompting. If you had a visual schedule for the morning routine, I wake up, I eat breakfast, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I take a shower or whatever. You can take a shower in the morning if you took a shower in the evening, or I get dressed, put on my shoes, get coat, get backpack. And those are all expectations that are visual, that are available for the child to see in a central place. Those are the things that will push it over the edge a little bit to ensure that the child does not need as much prompting eventually and will gain independence. Okay, so now I'm gonna set the timer. Actually, yeah, I'll set it for 2 minutes. So while you're writing, I'll be talking. So write down, when does your child normally wake up? Approximate the times, which is totally fine. Your timer is going now. It's been about 15 seconds. What other things happens during the day right after they get up? What happens? So you really want to break it down into minute steps. That way, when you are creating this other visual schedule we're going to talk about today, that it's going to be a lot easier for you to break down each particular step and to feel like you know what the expectation is, and then your child is going to know what the expectation is. So keep writing. Think about what time do they normally go to bed. It should not be very different times every day. It should actually be the same time every day. It should be the same exact time on weekends, on weekdays, every single day. Bedtime should be the same. So this ensures that your child's sleep schedule is normal, that they're able to get the most recovery out of their sleep, and really normalize everything for them body-wise to help them with their behavior as well. 27 more seconds. Think about the dinner time and lunch and whenever. This is summer at this point when I'm recording this, so you should have a lot of time with your child, especially during the pandemic that we're facing right now. 5 more seconds. Okay, pens and pencils down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not finish, you'll have time to finish later, okay? So we're gonna move right along. We're done with goal number 2. And we have created a typical day. We've written it down, it's on paper. Now we're down to number 3, which is to review prevention strategies for addressing problems with the child's daily routine. Okay, so I'm going to skip this one, but if you can please think of some things that you do to prevent problem behaviors in your child's routine, do that now. Have in your mind, how do I make it easier for my child to behave well, to have a solid expectation and a fluid schedule throughout their day? Sorry. What strategies did you list? Now, In addition to session two's prevention strategies, which we reviewed last week in session two, we're moving on to prevention strategies that are specific to schedules. And there are three more I want to share with you. Number one is to change the time of the demand. Changing when an activity happens can be so helpful for your child. For example, having them bathe in the evening versus the morning. It's an uphill battle. So we'll choose whichever time, works best for them. When there's less pressure to get ready for school, that might be the best time to bathe. Or let's say your child is one of those kids that takes a long time to wake up and get functional. Maybe they take a full hour of just being conscious in order to actually start doing things. So say if you're during your normal school year, you have an 8 o'clock hard time where you have to leave by 8 o'clock. So your child takes an hour to actually wake up after they're already up and be functional. And your child also needs a full 1 hour to do the breakfast, brush teeth, take a shower, whatever, get dressed routine. So now that 1 hour of waking up plus that 1 hour of actually getting ready, that's 2 hours prior to them leaving the house. And then you want to live a little buffer, so let's say 2.5. So that child will now have to wake up at 5:30 to have the most success. So that means they need their 8 to 10 hours of sleep. They need to move their bedtime up, most likely, because most people don't go to bed that early. But if you want to wake up at 5:30 and have enough sleep, you have to go to bed earlier. Okay? So that's about changing the time of the demand. Just put it at a different time. Better moods in the morning, add more demands in the morning. Number two, use fun activities to reward the completion of less desired activities. And this is also called the Premack principle, or grandma's rule, which is eat your vegetables first and then you can have a dessert. This strategy is similar to changing the order of events, which was introduced last lesson. It's often hard for children to stop doing something they like. For example, come inside and clean up your toys is likely to be a challenge for most kids. So simply changing the order, having that enjoyable activity like playing outside, come after the successful completion of cleaning up the toys, may promote better compliance. It will promote better compliance. Number three, establish a routine. Some families don't have a routine. You just say, get ready for school or get ready for bed. So a lot of our children with problem behaviors have trouble breaking down each step of that routine. So we want to make it very explicit and visual and in a central place. Those are things that we're going to see repeating. So for example, if they don't have, or they had trouble coming home from school or wherever they were, and then they go straight into playing video games, and then it's a problem for them to get off the video game, you might have a coming home routine, which may include get a snack, hang up your backpack, take a shower, change into your pajamas, do your homework, and then have an hour of screen time or whatever you want to give your child for their routine. It's all very flexible depending on what works for you and your child, which is why I have a lot of different templates for this. So those are the three activities, or the three prevention strategies. And now we're on to goal number 4 out of 5 for this lesson. So we're going to review a video and we're going to brainstorm some solutions. So let's see. I like this one. So let's do oh no, this one is good. The Nintendo tantrum. Let's do that one.
All right, buddy. Come on. Now put the DS. Come on. Now put the DS. We've been playing a long time now. Hey, it's time to brush your teeth. It's time to brush your teeth. Okay, you know what?
Okay, so what prevention strategy would you have used in that situation? Let's look back at our prevention strategies. Change the time of the demand, use fun activities to reward less completion of less desired activities, or establish a routine. Okay, so let's just pick one. All of these could work, but let's pick use fun activities. So obviously the child was having trouble with the brushing of the teeth and wanted to continue playing the video game. So maybe play your video game after those expectations that you know are going to be hard for them are done. So see, it's very, very simple when you actually think about how to break that down. So you have to look into your own child's schedule and focus yourself in on what works for your child and what are the problem areas. So if you were in session 1 and 2, you will know what the problem areas are because those were part of our homework. Okay, so let's move on to the last goal. Goal number 5, working on your child's schedule. Okay, here are some tips, 9 tips I'm going to go through really quick on how to create a visual schedule. 1, place the schedule in a central place. That means a place where they can see it. On the wall, on the fridge, in their room, where can they see it? If you're going to have a mini schedule like brushing your teeth, that should be where they brush their teeth. So this should be above the sink. And so should this. This is washing your hands. Wash your hands. Turn on the water, soap, scrub, turn off, dry. These are examples of what a central place would look like. If they have the daily schedule like so, you might want to have that on the fridge or someplace where they look a lot. So number 2, encourage your child to check the schedule. Now, this has to be taught. The child will not just go ahead and check the schedule since the schedule is on the fridge. You have to reinforce those steps. So you'll see in the video that we're going to watch how she is teaching the child to refer to the schedule, okay? That has to be taught. Number 3, review the schedule with the child and select the first picture. So the schedule is no surprise to the child because that you have reviewed the schedule prior to implementing it. This is one of the great things about a schedule is because it helps you set expectations clearly and visualize those expectations. Number 4, encourage the child to state the activity out loud. Cannot emphasize this enough. Young kids love this. Even older kids, this will help with their transition. State the activity. It's time for whatever it's time for. Announce it and have them announce it to themselves. For younger children, you can say it out loud for them, and for non-vocal children, you can say it out loud for them while they're doing it. Number 5, have your child take the picture off the schedule and take it with him to her designated area. So if you have, let's say you have brush teeth is on the morning routine, that can be removable if you have Velcro or if you had time to do a schedule like that. You Velcro it, laminate it, put it on. They take the brush teeth sign off the fridge, then they're gonna walk to the bathroom, put it onto the bathroom schedule, which I just showed you, and then they're gonna look through the brush your teeth, how we're gonna do that. So this is something a little more structured. It's totally not necessary if you think that your child is beyond that, but especially for the children that really, really need a structure, this is important. Okay, number 6, complete the activity on the picture. So say they were to brush their teeth, they did all the steps done, then they're gonna return to the visual schedule and they're gonna drop that brush the teeth symbol into the finished work container it could be like an envelope. So that's finished, so they know it's finished. Very satisfying to say that you're finished with the things, even for children of very young ages. You'll be very surprised that how satisfying that is to check that off their list. Number 8, have a small box I explained before or envelope near the schedule where your child can place the picture of the completed task. And then 9, move on to the next picture. So we're going to watch how does that look in real life. So we're going to look at this video here, and she does a very good job. This child is learning their schedule. So this is how she's teaching him his schedule. Or I think it's getting ready for school. That's the schedule.
Okay, you're all done brushing your teeth. Put it in the bag. Very good. Now what do we have to do? Put on coat, okay? So let's go. Take it. All right, let's go put on your coat. Come on, let's go. Good, you put on your coat. Let's put that in the bag. All right, what's next? Put on backpack, okay? Let's go. Come on, let's go put it on.
Alrighty, so she had done a very good job of saying what it was. Put on coat, time to put on coat. So when you say that verbal prompt, it allows you to attach multiple prompts to one activity. So he has a visual, he has a verbal, and he had the physical in that particular video where she was putting her hand over his hand. So this is what I want you to do. And then eventually she doesn't have to do that. She'll just say, put on coat, and he'll go get the thing, go over there, put on his coat, come back, put it in the envelope. And it's a beautiful thing to watch, and it's very, very effective. Okay, so here's where we get to the actual schedules. And I would love, again, to share these with you. I have this is a click the link, but yeah, it would just show you a bigger picture of this, which is just, as you can see, is done with Google Images, a time, and an announcement of, a schedule of what they do. Then if you're saying, oh, I think this is too much for me and I'm not having problems with every part of my day, just like getting ready for school. So you can have the option of only doing a particular time of day visual schedule. Morning checklist is effective. Here's our morning checklist over here. I could send this to you too. Eat breakfast, put dishes in sink, use the bathroom, brush teeth, wash face, get dressed, make bed, gather things for school, and those things can be even further delineated. Put on shoes. And then the good night routine is bathe, dry off, brush teeth, put your pajamas on, and read a story. These visuals for a difficult task. So this is just one particular task. A lot of kids that I know don't like to wash their hands. They just put their hands like that under the water, and they have to be prompted through each of these steps and then rewarded heavily at the end with either a tangible, or you can show them like a 30-second YouTube video or whatever would happen. Brushing teeth is another one that you want to teach to younger kids mostly, but sometimes older kids, and then you will have the visuals and the reinforcements, which we're going to talk more about next time. Yay! We're down to the homework. I am so excited for you all to try visual schedules. It will change your life. I promise you, it will change your life if you do it, if you actually do it. And let's see, the homework. Okay. So the homework is to email me if you want a template, visual schedule template. Tell me which part of the day your child has difficulty with, and I will email you a template. And I want you to try for 1 whole week. And then on week 4, session 4, we will have a talk about how did the schedule go? How did you teach the schedule? How did it improve your child's problem behavior? So I hope to see that from you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all these visual schedules and to just hearing how it has changed your life. Thank you. Bye. Have a good week, everyone.